All roads lead home to Athens, Ohio, and Ohio University for Homecoming 2016. And the crown jewel of it all, the football game. The 3-2 Bobcats against the 1-4 Bowling Green State University Falcons. Welcome to our Game Week preview. I'm Russ Eisenstein, the voice of the Ohio Bobcats. We're presented by the Athens County Convention and Visitors Bureau on the web at AthensOhio.com. One of the best homecomings in the country right here at Ohio. And you certainly honor the past while looking forward to the future. That's what homecoming is all about. And on the football field, you could do that too. Ohio football is looking back to 2011, which was a very big year around here, but it was also the last year that Ohio knocked off Bowling Green. The Bobcats have lost 4 in a row, so the last time they did that, beat the Falcons, was back in 2011. Ohio had a last-second field goal from Matt Weller, kicked to win, and Ohio won at 29-28. Captured the East Division title at Doyd Perry Stadium on that night, went on to the MAC championship game, lost a thriller to Northern Illinois, but then went on to Boise and knocked off Utah State in the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. Ohio's been outscored 168-51 in this losing streak to Bowling Green, so they want to do what they did back in 2011 all the way through, beat the Falcons, end this losing streak, and then hopefully capture a MAC East title. You can't win the division in week 2, obviously. There are 8 weeks of conference play, but what you can do is line things up. Beat a rival, win on homecoming, and use that momentum moving forward to hopefully paint it all green and white. Ohio will see a far different Falcon crew than we've seen the last couple of years. From 1990 on, Bowling Green has won 4 Mid-American Conference championships. Gary Blackney guided the Falcons to back-to-back crowns in 1991 and 92. Dave Clausen won it in 2013 before going to Wake Forest. And last year, Dino Babers got it done before going to Syracuse this year. After back-to-back East Division titles, Mike Jinks has his talons up as their new head coach. He comes from Texas Tech, where the Red Raiders know a few things about lighting up the scoreboard. That's exactly what the Falcons did last year in their 10-win season, outscoring the opposition 42-29 and outgaining them 547-418. That's a stark contrast to this 1-4 start, where BGSU has been outscored 50-17 on average, has been outgained 541-368 per game. Ohio State and Memphis both hung 77 points on them. Middle Tennessee beat BG 41-21. That's a tough non-conference schedule. They played an FCS game too. It was the Falcons' lone win by 1 over North Dakota. The Fighting Hawks missed a 2-point conversion try in the game's final minute. Last week in the MAC opener with Eastern Michigan, BG led 10-7 midway through the third quarter. Didn't lead again in the 28-25 home loss to the 4-1 Eagles. Jenks made a change at quarterback in Week 5. James Kanapke started the first 4 games and threw 9 interceptions and just 3 touchdowns. Redshirt freshman James Morgan made his first start. He threw for 250 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Scott Miller and veteran Ronnie Moore lead the receiving corps with over 500 yards combined. Miller has 3 touchdowns. Fred Coppett still is in their backfield, has 385 yards and 2 TDs. The Falcons' defense has been gashed. They have just 5 sacks and 3 interceptions. Linebacker Trenton Green is pretty good. Second team All-MAC last season. He has a team-high 54 tackles, an interception this year. Ohio's defense has been dominant, and it's been a sack attack, tied for the most in the country with Washington with 21. That's a 5th-ranked team in the land. And you might say, well, the Huskies, they've played a tougher schedule than Ohio, right? They're in the Pac-12. Well, not really. They beat Rutgers, Portland State, and Idaho, got into Pac-12 play, and knocked off Arizona and Stanford. It's a comparable schedule to that of Ohio. The Dogs' defense is pretty good, and the Cats' defense is too. And in those sacks, nobody has taken the quarterback back further than Ohio has. 144 yards lost during those QB takedowns. That's pretty good. Think about this offensively for Ohio. Didn't have their best ball game in that win over Miami, but still won in the conference opener on the road against a rival. That's pretty good. Talks about the moxie of this ball club. And special teams has been huge. Michael Farkas honored as the Special Teams Player of the Week in the East Division. That's another accolade for a very good unit. Maybe this is the year that Ohio
breaks off the drought against Bowling Green. Maybe they could paint the East Division green and white again. And if the Bobcats do beat the Falcons, that will be a big feather in their cap moving forward. All right, we'll have it covered for you on the Ohio IMG Sports Network. Rob Cornelius, Ryan Boyd, and I will be on the air at 1 o'clock with the kickoff at 2. It's also on ESPN3. Our good friend Dave Weekley will have the play-by-play call there. That's our game week preview presented by the Athens County Convention and Visitors Bureau. We look forward to seeing you in Athens as all roads take you home to Southeast Ohio this weekend. Visit them on the web at AthensOhio.com. It's Ohio and Bowling Green Homecoming 2016. For the entire Bobcat TV crew, I'm Russ Eisenstein. This is Bobcat TV.